Let's go.
Way.
Let's do this and let's have a positive attitude. Okay, pumpkin?
I am. I'm all positivity today, frankly, because I
I've
have
yet to see it.
I have no other option. If you know that's all you're seeing. Because if you weren't seeing positivity,
You just said a naughty.
I might have not win. Oh, before in the before time? Yeah, always. But that's normal.
The before times don't count.
I like to front load my naughties so that I can present to the world
A clean.
less naughties. Yeah, not a full clean. Hey,
Hi.
here it goes.
Here we go.
Yeah. Listen.
We'll get into it. There's a lot happening for you personally.
Yeah, you'll get into it. I'm stewing in it.
We'll dip our toes in, guys, and then we'll leave Brandon.
Then we'll leave Brandon in the pot of boiling water that he is slowly dying in.
You know, guys, it's like I always say.
Hey, guys, welcome to Cold Hands, Warm Hearts. I'm Brandon Pearl. I'm one half of the Cold Hands, Warm Hearts podcasting duo.
Hi, guys.
You won't get the satisfaction. Not today.
I'm Ashley Engle. I'm the other half. Welcome.
Stop it, Leo.
He got excited. I'm Ashley Engle. I'm the other half. Welcome to episode 147, guys. Yeah. It's like I always say, tough things come in threes. And they did for you.
Right.
This weekend.
They did. Little Pigs, Musketeers, Leches, Trace of them. Just listing things that
listing things that come in threes.
Yeah.
Oh.
And leches aren't tough unless you're lactose intolerant. In which case, tres leches is tres tu mas.
That's right. Can I just tell you that I have thought multiple times this week about the thing that you shared a couple weeks ago when we were talking about music, and I said, I don't know, we were talking about songs that influenced us and songs that really hooked us in. And you said that the song that influenced you to become a musician was Straight Up by Paula Abdul. I've thought about that multiple times this week, and it's brought a smile to my face.
Here's the thing about art. Okay, it makes you think, my babies.
Subjective.
Listen, here's the thing. What do you want? Well, you want me to come and be the cool guy who's like, you know what really got me? The first time I listened to the White Album, or the first time I heard Led Zeppelin.
Because that's what I expected from you, is the White Album.
When I heard the first chords of Stairway to Heaven, I knew that I wanted to make music that influenced people's lives. But no. And
I just love it.
And honestly, that's why my art is so honest and straight up, is because of Paula.
It's not so much the melody, it's the lyrics, guys.
Guys.
It's just brought me untold amounts of joy,
guys,
this week.
When Paula said those fateful words,
Was that video the one with the cat?
No.
What was that one?
That was Opposites Attract.
Opposites Attract.
The rap part by the cat is the worst rap part that's ever been rapped.
I mean, one man's trash
is another man's straight up by Paula Abdul. And that's what they say.
That is a great song. But just the fact that you were so quick with it, and also that you'd never shared it with anyone else, honored.
Well,
as are the listeners.
I was about to say, okay.
I'm sure. But also it just brought me joy. Okay, let's get into it. What you been up to this week or weekend?
Well.
How much time you got?
Strap in, because it's been an interesting one. I'm
just settling in.
So guys, listen, here's what we're gonna say before this.
Okay.
I'm not
You're doing okay.
I'm great.
I'm shocked.
Okay, thanks. And now that's good.
There was a lot of cursing before, in the before times.
You don't know, not in the long ago. Mm-hmm. Never heard them. Here's what happened, guys. I was driving my my car. Mm-hmm. That is a mere couple of months from being paid off.
It's the worst part.
So we're gonna lead with that.
Okay.
And I pulled it into the garage, knowing full well, mind you, that I this week was gonna have to drive it to Kingfisher, Oklahoma. Scenic, lovely.
Yeah.
Kingfisher, Oklahoma.
Beautiful.
Beautiful, Sunshine State. And I did to get the air conditioning looked at because
Yes.
it's where it's,
Because you shared you've been without it for a good, better part of a year.
yeah, and just now Apollo is lifting his skirt, and now we're to the season where air conditioning is a necessity. Prior, in the before time, it was a frosty breath. We were existing in a world where air conditioning
Wasn't needed.
no necesito air condicionado. We don't need it, but now he's here. He's parading. He's on parade, and as such, we must go to
Kingfisher.
the patron saint of comfort, Freon, Lord Freon, for our respite from Apollo and his thunderous thighs that have come parading through town. So anyway,
Guys, it's warming up outside. That's what he'd say.
it's spring.
Spring.
All that to say, it's about to be spring. Leo. Jeez.
Okay.
All right. So I was pulling into my garage. Warm. Warm in the car because the air conditioner needs to be fixed. As I pulled into the garage, knowing full well that I was going to have to drive to Kingfisher,
Yeah.
my car decided to start making a sound.
Yeah.
A sound that I've never heard before.
And thank goodness you were pulling in home, right?
I disagree. I wish I was pulling into the dealership at Kingfisher.
That's true.
Instead, I was pulling into my garage, and my
Yeah.
car said, it announced itself.
It said,
Home.
Nope.
But it made a sound that I've never heard from man nor beast. Just the craziest. And then, as if that wasn't enough, started plumes.
Oh.
Plumes of smoke.
That's bad.
Filling the garage.
That's bad.
Filling the garage, plumes of smoke.
Was the door still open?
Yes.
Safety.
Well,
Safety issue.
that's true. But smoke squeals.
Yeah.
And I turned the car off. This is what I did. I just panicked and turned it off.
Yeah.
And then I sat for a moment. I let the smoke clear, quite literally. And I tried it again. And it screamed at me even louder and smoked even more. So I turned it off. And then I thought to myself, it's probably more than the air conditioner.
Sure.
I'm not a car guy.
No.
I'm not an Arthur Fonzarelli, so to speak. But I do know when a car's screaming and smoking, you got to get it to Kingfisher.
Yes.
And so I thought, okay, that's fine. I will reach out immediately to dear friend Jeff,
Dear.
whose family has the dealership out there. And I sent him a message. It was the weekend, so I just thought I'll send him a message so that I get it kind of off my plate onto his, and he's able to coordinate
Sees it Monday
something.
morning.
Hey, Leo. We'll get to you in a minute.
Yeah.
Your time.
He just wants to make sure he's not forgotten.
Anyways, so I messaged him and then whatever.
Yeah.
And cut to flash forward. We're gonna touch on the rest of it now, but we were down to one car.
Yeah.
And yesterday we needed to go to Crindy and HB's house for a birthday celebration.
Yes.
And got in the car, the one car.
Yeah.
And it was like, nope. It didn't start screaming or smoking, but it wouldn't start.
Just wouldn't
So
start.
down to, I don't know, for you mathematicians out there,
No cars.
2 minus 2,
Yeah.
that's 0 cars.
Yeah.
And so had to get a jump, had to do a thing. That car seemed...
Jeff Engle to the rescue.
Again, as always. It seems to... The crazy thing is, he didn't even bring a jumper cable. He just rubbed his hands together and grabbed the battery,
Yeah.
charged it up. The man's electric.
Oh, I know.
Step one side, Apollo. Here comes Jeff. Here comes the real heat. So that's fine. But it's just down to no cars. But now it's like I'm here stranded at the house.
Yeah.
By myself, which I don't hate. But
I had to get it towed.
yeah, met the tow guy today.
That's not cheap.
And I got to stand out there and do the thing where you're a man and a man who knows a lot more about cars than you is talking about cars with you. And you have to be like, I tried it's a crescent wrench and it's the ball bearings are on the, and you don't have anything to say. So you know who I am? I'm the little kid holding the flashlight
Yes.
for the tow truck.
That's
man.
where I'm comfortable.
Please, sir.
Yeah.
I'm a grown boy.
Help me.
I never learned how to car. If you could right quick do the man stuff, I'm going to go back into my office and I'm going to make an ambient dolphin sound song. I'm going to go back in here and do the bleeps and the bloops.
And also, guys, we're not trying to be exclusionary here. We know that there are plenty of gals out there who are good with cars too. I'm not one of them.
No,
but
I was
we
just trying to
know.
avoid emasculating my own self
Okay.
more.
But I just want to be clear.
I get that
It's 2025.
I get that there's a large swath of the female population that know more about carburetors than I do.
Sure. I'm not one of them,
Yeah, so
as I say.
shut up.
No, I'm speaking up for my sisters.
I'm speaking up for your sisters.
Okay.
I'll tell you that they know more than I do.
Oh, great.
I
Can you
don't-
tell us, please?
Yes.
Explain it. Anyway, so what's the other thing? Because
No.
bad things come in threes.
Yeah. I discovered that there are females that know more about cars than I do. Just now. That's the third thing.
That's the third thing.
No,
Third thing.
third thing. Well, the third thing was during all of this, I was 99% positive that my dog was going to die.
Guys.
Again, another dead dog.
And let's preface it by saying he is A-okay. He's sitting here. He's right up next to me, happy as can be. He's wearing a bandana, looking fancy. He's feeling good.
I don't have the heart to tell her, guys. He's fresh from the taxidermist. she's petting a stuffed dog right now.
It's so morbid and awful.
He's just sitting there, and she was wondering why he was so well behaved. He's just sitting here, regal as can be.
Did you guys get him into some training?
Yeah,
that's what
we did. Eternal training. That's his forever bandana. That's what we
the
got.
name of a pet taxidermist.
Yeah.
Eternal training.
Yeah,
Eternal nap.
that's what he's at.
That's awful.
And he's sitting here, nice and proud. You've been rubbing him on the head this whole time. Didn't
He just
even
hasn't
know.
moved. No, he's been moving a lot.
My dead dog.
Stop it. He's fine. But he wasn't feeling well. So
No.
tell us about that.
Oh, I can't wait. So I woke up. Hey, Leo, back to your eternal nap,
I'm
please.
just happy to see me.
Well, you guys figure it
That's
out.
what they say about what's happening. Leo,
So,
enough. Quit getting friendly, frisky. Lay down. Go ahead.
so, I woke up the other morning and he didn't seem himself.
Yeah.
I left the room for a little bit to do some work. I came back in and he was just standing by the largest pile of dog barf you've ever seen.
On the new carpet
Yeah, which was
that you had to replace from your other dog.
who peed everywhere.
Yeah.
She's for sure dead though.
Brandon, guys, it's not funny, but you have to laugh.
Yeah, well, this is what else can you do?
Right.
But yeah, he was standing there, and I was like, "Oh well,
Oh, no.
this is gross."
Yeah.
And so I had to clean up some dog barf.
Sure.
But it did give me a chance to use the steamer, which is a very satisfying thing to
Yeah.
do.
Yes.
So I steamed some dog barf out of the carpet.
Sure.
And then from there, you really are gonna have to swat him.
He's fine. Continue. I got this.
So he just seemed like not himself. He
Lethargic.
wasn't the very lethargic.
Yeah.
Not you could see it in his face.
Yeah.
Wouldn't eat. Just laying just without getting too deep into it. He just was not himself. Couldn't
Yeah.
move. Was awful. And I was just like, well,
Here we go.
here we go.
Buckle up.
And we were gonna take him to the doctor.
Yeah.
That's what I call him.
It's good.
Thanks.
You did it.
It's for sure. Well, but we were under a tornado warning.
Yes.
So as a result, did not take him. We were like within the morning. This was like 48 hours in.
Yeah.
We're like in the morning he's not any better because truly was awful.
Oh.
We're like we'll take him in the morning if he's not doing any better.
Yeah.
Next morning he woke up, seemed a little better, and I was just gonna keep an eye on him.
Yeah.
He drank a little bit of water.
Yeah.
Wouldn't eat still.
Yeah.
But then he went outside,
Okay.
milled around for a little bit.
Yeah.
went to the bathroom for the first time in days,
Yeah.
and came back in and was immediately much better.
Oh.
Immediately much better. Ate a whole boiled chicken.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I went out, as you do,
Sure. To inspect.
to inspect the dog's
Sure.
poo.
And that's what they tell you to do. See what's going on in there.
I don't know who they are.
The dog tur.
Dog turd.
Okay. No.
And so I
no.
went out and I looked, and in the stool was an entire
Oh.
rubber frog head that he had ingested
Oh.
and had worked through his system over the course of 48 hours.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know how big a frog head is normal for a dog to eat.
Yeah.
This one was too big.
That's too big.
And
It slowed things down in there.
here's the other thing. I didn't recognize this frog.
Oh.
I've never seen this frog a day in my life. This frog somehow found its way into my yard, infiltrated my dog,
Yeah.
poisoned him.
Do you think there's treachery afoot?
Do I think that someone
Threw it in?
threw a rubber frog into my yard and was like, "Take that, dog"?
Yeah.
Doubt it. I think it's from a neighbor somehow,
Sure.
but I don't know which of my neighbors
Would have a frog like that.
cast a rubber frog into my yard. Weirdest sabotage.
Question.
Go ahead.
Do you think the body is still working its way?
I've been
Inspecting.
inspecting, and I'm yet to see the remainder of the frog. Now, judging by the size of the frog's head, if the body was still in the body,
He would not be doing so well today.
it would be a big frog body. So my thought is he just ate the head.
The head of it. And you didn't find the rest of the frog in the yard.
Never found the rest of the frog.
Strange.
Right, phantom frog body, and the head is what was the poison.
Wow.
Poison.
Oh, gosh.
But here we are.
Here
My
we are,
dog's
and he's-
not dead.
Nope.
My car got towed.
Yep. The other one started.
The other car started.
Yeah.
And that's three.
And I'm here. That's
three.
a good.
That's the third. The cars are one thing. You're the third.
Man, that's a lot of stuff. But I do have to commend you on your positive attitude because that's not something I would expect to see after those
sure.
3 big events.
You know,
In myself, even. And I'm a pretty positive person.
I feel like I was saying yesterday that I think the universe showed up a couple days early for April 1st
Right.
in my house.
Yeah.
Which is the ultimate April Fool's. Because it's like, we're not even going to get you on April Fool's.
Right.
We're going to get you early.
April Fool's Day is going to be smooth sailing after that.
Well. Anyway, my dog's not dead.
Right.
He's right there.
Car is.
Car's dead. Well, maybe. We'll see. Probably. Is probably.
Yeah.
But right in time to pay it off. So that's cool.
Sure. Also, great time to be buying a car. You know? Okay, I will say
Thanks for that. That's awesome.
for my week, the tagline I would say is back into the frying pan of chaos. Which I shared last week that Jeff was in Germany, as the children said when they were younger. Because it was one of my
Stupid.
Okay. Stupid kids.
Yeah, dumb.
Stupid thing to say
Yeah,
about
stupid
Germany.
kids, you idiots.
So it was one of the craziest mom weeks to date. I would say it's in the top 3. But it began on Tuesday with the first track meet of the season. This one was after school. It lasted 7 hours. So Asher's last event was around 10 p.m. on a school night, just so you know.
Long.
But Harrison was on the track team, but he chose only to throw the discus. So those things are all at the beginning of the track meets, I'm learning. And you just throw and then you can leave. If you do running events, typically you're in more than one. So your events could be spaced out throughout the day and you're just sitting for hours and hours and hours.
No.
It's a whole thing.
No.
So one of the things that Asher has been drafted into, I don't know what you say in track.
No one says either of those
Hurdles.
things. You don't cast a kid.
Assigned
Oh, Mom, I'm late. Where's my costume? I'm late for my track audition.
for my hurdles. Which, speaking of track costume, they have the track jerseys, which are the tank tops with the big armpit holes, long.
Sure.
And then the shorts, they ran out of the shorts. They gave them all to the 8th
So
graders.
now it's just squirts for everyone.
Squirts. No. So Asher's a 7th grader. So they gave the kids
Hey.
the cross-country shorts.
Yeah.
The shorties.
Sure.
Those cross-country shorts are shorty.
Yeah. Well,
And the fellas were not thrilled about it.
cast and track.
Yes.
I wondered why the last track meet I went to, they all got on the blocks, and instead of saying ready, set, go, they went 5, 6, 7, 8.
And then the shot rang out and they just, wah.
Except for the shot was just like an oboe flutter. It was like them doing like an overture.
Yes. That's exactly.
Overture. Da, 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 da.
So Asher's been cast in the hurdles.
Oh, what highs will hit. On with the race. This is it.
That's it.
Track. Jazz. Track.
So the role Asher will be playing this season is as hurdler. He's been cast in the 110 meters.
He's hurdler understudy number 1.
No, he's principal.
He's first chair hurdler?
Which is hilarious because he's never hurdled before in his life.
Oh my gosh, he showed up day 1.
Savant.
We're just a
Hurdling savant.
He's a triple threat. He could do it all.
In his shorties. Shorty shorts.
Here he is, just
So-
putting on the Ritz out on the track.
So the 110 meter hurdles, which is interesting because for the ladies, for the gals, it's 100 meters.
Sure.
For the fellas, they readjusted. It's 110. I don't know why that is, and I'm going to get to the bottom of it.
Well,
Why do they need that extra 10? Some of these gals are taller. They don't. It's not like their legs are longer.
no car's better.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Anyway, we need to get to the bottom of that. If only
Are
we
the
had
hurdles
producer.
the same height?
Yeah. They just bump them back. 10 yards total.
Sounds like they're defying gravity.
Okay. Let the
Something
Broadway
has
puns
changed within me.
commence. So anyway, 110 meter hurdles. That's a quick one, right? That's just a quick zoop, zoop, zoop,
It's
zoop.
just 110 meters.
But when Asher was first cast as a hurdler, I said,
Mm-hmm.
"Do you know how to hurdle? Like, have you been taught to hurdle?"
Jump over it.
That's what he said. He goes, "Mom, you just jump over." But there's a whole form to hurdling.
One leg out.
One leg out, one straight, one leg. But when you watch middle school children who've never hurdled before, most of them hurdle, you're gonna see all kinds of things. You're gonna see kids jumping like they're doing a cannonball. You know, both legs
I
up.
did not see a kid do that.
1,000% I did.
Well, they don't belong.
Well, this is where they're learning on the job.
They don't need to do that. Here's the thing.
Okay.
That's on the track, coach.
Well,
because if I
okay.
see a kid cannonballing down the track during hurdles, you're not on the right team. You need to be on the cannonball team. There's not one you say? Go start one.
Start your own.
Weird. Why are you cannonballing?
Because kids don't, and here I'll say this for the track coaches. They have 1 million kids. They are doing the best they can, right, with what they have. They're giving kids shorts from other teams. Look, I don't fault the coaches here. I told Asher to watch YouTube.
You don't even need, this is a natural movement. If you pull both knees to your chest
Yeah.
to jump a hurdle,
Yeah.
something's wrong.
People are doing it.
If there's a cave baby, like a cave babe, and a saber-toothed tiger comes running at the kid,
Yeah.
and the kid turns, and there's just a straightaway with a bunch of logs,
Yeah.
that
Boulders.
That kid's not cannonballing over those things. It's using perfect hurdle motion because that's what the human body wants to do. I'm running, but I'm jumping mid-run. So what do? One leg out, one leg back. It's the motion you do.
Here's how we train the children. Release the hounds.
Right. And guess what's going to happen with those cannonball kids? Gobble, gobble, babies. And welcome.
It's awful.
Welcome to the most Darwin scenario you've ever seen.
They're just learning. They're just learning.
There's no teaching a kid that's going to cannonball in the hurdles. It's not a thing. It's like if you show up and your box steps a grapevine, you're off the stage. Youngin', you're not built for this life.
Listen, Asher doesn't cannonball. I'm just saying.
I know, which is why he's first chair. I'm not going to put a kid on the track that's cannonballing the hurdles. It's not something that's going to happen. You know what those kids are? They are the shot put.
They're high jump, long jumpers.
No, they're none of it. You can't cannonball. That's a pool move.
Listen. Okay, but middle school's where you try things. And maybe after this year, they're like, this isn't for me. But you know what? I will say that the collective oohs and ahs when a kid, it's like the Coliseum. When a kid hooks a toe on a hurdle and comes crashing down, the entire stands go, ah.
Right. They go, oh, but at least he was doing it right.
Bloody knees.
Yeah.
There was one gal there were 2 track meets last week. There was one gal who hooked a toe on every hurdle, knocked every single one of them down. Bless her heart. And at the end, she took a tumble, rolled over on her back. The race was over. She was just thinking, do I get up and finish this?
Stay down.
Or do I stay down? Or do I slink off? And you know what? I was proud of her. She didn't go to our school. She was from a different school. She was proud of her. And I thought, this is a life lesson.
Yeah.
Because every eye was trained on her. Didn't hook a toe on the last one. She made it. She did it. She did finish a good 15 seconds after everyone else. But she finished. And she can look back on that day and say, I did it.
Yep. And I bet that's what she thinks when she looks back on it. I bet when she looks back on it, she looks back with pride.
Let's further traumatize the middle schoolers with hurdles.
I didn't even bother with hurdles. You know why? You know why?
Why?
No, you know why. You know why middle school Brandon wasn't doing the hurdles.
Oh, sure. You leaned out in junior high.
Yeah.
Yeah. You totally could have done it in junior high.
I was cannonballing somewhere else.
Yeah. Yes.
I was practicing my cannonballs.
In between cannonballs, Snickers bars.
Only helps with the splash.
That's right.
If you're going to do anything, do it right. How you do anything is how you do everything. And guys, cannonball practice was a big part of my day.
That's right. Okay, so that was Tuesday night. We got in bed so late. Asher ran, so he does the hurdles, the 400-meter dash, and the 4x400 relay.
400 is a terrible race.
Terrible.
It's
he
just short
hates
enough.
it.
It's just short enough that you think you can run it real hard.
Yep.
But it's just long enough that you kind of hate it and can't.
Yep. Terrible. And the first track meet, he had 400-meter dash directly followed by 300-meter hurdles. His legs just gave out.
300-meter hurdles?
300-meter hurdles.
It's not great.
I know. So anyway, we're learning as we go. But then he's in the 4x400 relay on a team with his pals. And that's very exciting and fun. However, that is always the last event of the entire day. Yeah. So no matter how long the meet is, guess who's staying the whole time? This gal.
I mean, you could just leave him there.
Well, I did. And we'll get in. Okay, but I got my hair cut on Wednesday. You didn't even comment.
Didn't notice.
Brandon.
What?
I cut so much hair off my head on Wednesday. My hair was down to here.
That's too long.
Now I know it was Little House on the Prairie length. Now it's above my shoulders and it's blonde. No one has said a word in my family.
What?
Hope did.
We're supposed to reward you for doing what you were meant
No,
to
I'm
do?
just saying. I feel like I notice when you get a new haircut.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
It's the same, and I'm normally wearing a hat.
I have commented on your hair when you've gotten it changed.
Well, okay.
Anyway, I got my hair cut, guys. I cut a whole lot off, and I'm happy with it. I like it.
Can't tell. Guys.
It's so much hair.
I don't.
And it's blonder.
Is it?
Yes.
Good. That's awesome.
Anyway, Friday morning was donuts with grown-ups. And I'm just going to come out and say this.
You just found some grown-ups and had some donuts with them?
That's it. At Hope School.
Honestly, anytime you get donuts that's what it is.
Donuts with grown-ups.
Yeah.
I'm just going to come out and say this right now. Donuts with grown-ups, and I may have even said this last year, is probably one of my least favorite things. And that sounds dramatic, but it's because here's what happens. You fight for parking, which near our school is an issue right now because there's construction. There's literally, people are parking in the grass. There's nowhere to go because it's downtown.
Grown-ups?
All the grown-ups.
Other grown-ups?
Yeah. We're just trying to get a donut.
That's it.
It's Hope's 5th grade year, so it's the last one. So I'm like, we got to go. Fight for parking, finally find it. Usually it's cold. This year, a little bit misty. also just to add to the ambiance. You stand in the cold, misty line. It's outdoors for a donut that I don't eat. I don't get a donut.
Sure.
I do get the Starbucks, which is lovely. And then the children leave you. You pose for a picture to prove you were there, and then they leave. You are there for a total of like 8 minutes.
Are you then left to fraternize with the other donut grown-ups?
Yes. Which
No.
it's a good thing I have friends, Jess and Levi.
It is a good thing you have friends. I'm happy for you.
Anyway, I hate donuts with grown-ups.
Finally.
And I'm glad that I don't have to do it anymore after this year. And that's me being selfish, guys. But I'm at the end of an elementary school career that has spanned beyond a decade, and it's time. I'm ready for my own 5th grade graduation. Anyway.
Hold on. So you ended up hanging around with the other grown-ups?
Well, until the bell rang, and then I could wave and be like, love you, have a good day, bye. Get a quick hug, drive-by hug on the way.
I don't love a forced interaction.
Well, right, but as a parent, there are just things that you do for your child. And then, she won't remember.
I don't know that I agree with that.
Okay, but she'll see the picture and know that I was there for her last donuts with grown-ups.
Photoshop, baby. Her little brain's not formed yet. She doesn't know you. She doesn't know who you are. I could Photoshop you guys on the moon and she'll believe it. I could Photoshop you guys on the sinking Titanic and she'll think she was there with Jack and Rose. I could Photoshop you into the Battle of Trafalgar Square.
Meanwhile, Ben is flipping through his scrapbook someday and going, Dad, why are you wearing the same outfit and have the same expression in all of my events?
You got to be comfy whenever you're taking the ring to Mount Doom. You got to be...
Remember when Dad showed up to take the ring to Mount Doom with you?
Dad didn't make it to the last Donuts for Grown-Ups, but remember that time he wrestled a kraken to save your life? I've got photo evidence of it.
Whose scrapbook is better? I ask you.
I'm just saying.
Ben's. Okay, quickly, and I won't beat this dead horse. Friday we had another track meet. It was all day. I put Asher Engle on the bus at 6:50 a.m. It was still dark. Okay? This one took place in Yukon. Running events did not even start till 11. Okay, and all you track people out there, you know this. I'm learning this for the first time, and I am
We weren't track
flummoxed.
people. Not track people.
We weren't track people. I think I could have hurdled because of my dance leaps.
Maybe.
Yeah, see? I don't know for sure.
You're all limbs.
I'm all limbs, but I'm a good leaper.
Here's the problem, though. When you were leaping, graceful though it may have been.
It was. Thank you.
It wasn't over anything.
No, but I have long legs.
But
I could probably
exactly.
just step over it.
Here's the problem.
What?
You're clearing. I'm
clearing it.
I'm going to give you credit.
I'm not going to hook a toe.
You're clearing it.
Yes.
That back leg's a problem.
Why?
Because you're all limbs. I think that your brain's going to think I'm over it. But that back leg is hooking.
I don't think so.
I see you not just hooking and falling.
Yeah.
I see you dragging every hurdle the entirety of the race.
I don't think so, Brandon.
No, what they would do is they'd put you on the last race just as the cleanup crew. You would just clean up all the hurdles for them because you just drag them in and they go, here goes Ashley Birdwell.
It would actually be perfect. They could put me in the last heat of the 100 because they have to reset them for the 110.
Here comes the street sweeper.
Here she comes.
Here she comes, hurdles in tow.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't know how fast I would be, but I do think I could get the form. I really do because of my dance leaps. Anyway, I digress. I put him on the bus at 6:50. I show up at the track at 11 and running events have just started. Asher turns out he's running the 110 meter hurdles. So I get to see that. And I stick around for a while because he's on the list as running the 400 meter dash. I finally find him under the bleachers because every school sets up an encampment under the bleachers and just hangs out there all day, all day, eating snacks, whatever.
Gushers,
right? And he's like, no, I'm not running that one. So I'm like, I know that he's going to run this last race at like 11 p.m. No lie. So I leave Yukon because I'm like, what am I going to do? Stay here? So I ended up coming back later. So when I get back to the track, it's cold. And I find our friends, Cian and Brandon, mutual friends. Hi, guys.
Hi, Stookies.
Hi, Stookies. I wasn't going to say their last name, but you just did. Anyway,
It's a fun one to say.
we're sitting there and we're sitting up high. And Cian told me that she had been watching this thing play out down on the field, because you've got the track, and then in the green space, the kids are just hanging out too. Just shenanigans.
Like in the middle, yeah.
Yes, shenanigans all day. Sunburns and shenanigans. That's what's happening out there. A lot of handstands,
Sure.
amateur tumbling,
Oh, okay.
you know. And they're
Cannonballs.
cannonballs.
Yeah.
They're doing this new TikTok trend.
Oh, no.
And you can just see it, and it's catching on like wildfire. Like one kid sees one kid do it, and then it'll happen over here, and then it'll happen over here. Cian's like, watch, you'll see it. Sure enough, the kids all have blankets and sweatshirts because it's cold. You wind it up, sneak up behind somebody while they're not paying attention with their back turned to you. You flip it over their head, pull it down, rip their feet out from under them, face plant.
That's assault. I don't love that.
And you film it, and you put it on the tickies.
Do you know what happens? If
That happened all day.
I'll tell you this: if someone does that to me,
Rage.
I'm turning into a rage ball,
I can see it.
and I'm not having that.
I fully expected the announcer to be like, no, enough of that.
That's not funny.
Somebody's going to get their teeth knocked out.
That just-
broken nose, broken wrists.
That just sucks.
I know.
I don't love that.
Right. But it was constant. Because one kid would do it over here, and then these kids would be like, oh, let's go. And then they'd go. You could just watch it happening. Love a middle schooler. They are a bit predictable.
Don't love a middle school.
Yeah, I love a middle schooler. They're great.
I disagree.
Saturday night, we went and had dinner with some friends for our buddy Travis's birthday. Hi, Travis. And we ate at Sparrow here in Edmond.
Delicious.
And I had the special, which was a handkerchief pasta, which is a thin sheet of pasta. Have you ever made that with your machine?
I have not.
Okay, it's just like it looks like a handkerchief that you would put like not an ascot, but like a pocket square, you know? And it has the little edges, the little rickrack edges or whatever. And it was so good because they make all of their pasta in-house. Mm-hmm. So delicious. But while we were there, all of these groups of prom kids kept coming in. Mm-hmm. Come to find out, they're from Stillwater, coming to the big city to eat.
All the way down to Edmond.
All the way down to Edmond. But we recognized one of the girls in the group, and several of the men in our crew are friends with her dad. They don't know his daughter, but they know his. So they got up, went over to her group, kind of introduced themselves, but took a selfie with her and sent it to her dad, who then texted back and said, "Who are these old men taking pictures with my daughter at the prom?"
Man.
And can you imagine her horror? She's sitting with her friends, and these dads come up and take a selfie with her in her prom dress.
I just sometimes think it's fun to just go up and just, if I see like a group of youths at like out for prom, I just go sit down and have a selfie with them. I just feel like for their scrapbook, not for mine. I don't even need a copy. I just go, do you guys want? Would it be cool? Because I've been to prom.
Yeah. I know what this is
and
like.
I know, guys, I've lived it.
Yeah.
And honestly, if you guys want to take a picture for your scrapbook,
Great.
we'll do it. And then what I do is I roll up my sweatshirt and I rip one of the gal's feet out from under her.
Yes.
And
Face plants into her handkerchief pasta.
Yeah, and then I run out with just a fistful of their spinach and artichoke dip into the night.
Prom picture bandit.
With a pilfered corsage and a fistful.
Those are your trophies.
Yeah.
You have an armful. It's been a good night.
There's a whole room here dedicated to my
Dried flowers.
to my ill-gotten prom souvenirs.
And if you really are feeling adventurous, you might swipe a boutonniere. Those are harder to get.
Harder to get, but
Dangerous.
worth more points. And can I tell you the no pun intended, the crowning achievement?
What's that?
My tiara room. Tiaras and sashes for daddy.
If you come across royalty.
Right. Miss Mansfield over here. Here you got King of Poto.
Yeah. It's a big night.
I've covered all but one county.
Oh my gosh.
Potawatomi.
The best county in Oklahoma.
It's the most
Best county
that's
name.
the most fun one to say.
Potawatomi.
Potawatomi. But the problem is
What?
I saved that one for last because it's the best. Mm-hmm. And they know I'm coming.
They don't know. Dang it.
Their defenses are up.
You've announced it on the air.
I can't even get so much as a teaspoon of their spinach and artichoke. They've got me clocked.
But I love to track the trends.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
The prom dress trends.
She loves to track the trends, you guys.
The prom dress trends. And I'll say what we saw on Saturday evening. The gals looked lovely. So a lot of pastels.
Feels like they ran out of the big sizes at the stores.
What?
It feels like everybody's the one size that they shouldn't be. It feels
What?
like we're wearing tighter and tighter clothes.
They were wearing the handkerchiefs, pastas.
That's what I'm saying.
No, these were not. These gals were appropriate. They all were full-length gowns. I'll tell you where we get into some trouble is at the semi-formals because those dresses tend to be short.
Because they're not all the way formal.
Right. You can get into some dangerous territory with a skirt length at that. But these were full length and they were
Even if the guy's
gorgeous.
wearing tailored cuts, nice and tight, here's my thing. If I'm going out for spinach and artichoke,
Yeah.
I need some room.
Yes.
I'm not wearing a bandage dress to the Applebee's.
I'm wearing maternity pants.
I'm wearing maternity pants to the semi-formal because I need
Some room.
some spinach and artichoke room.
Yeah.
Anyway,
The girls looked beautiful. It was a lot of pastels. I did see some full sequins. So that's back.
it's very fun.
One of mine was full sequins. I remember it fondly. So I just love to see it. And I think, what a time. What a simpler time. I remember prom so fondly.
Go ahead.
And I like to track the trends. I'm just doing this Okay, so yesterday evening we did have a family get together to celebrate our March babies. He's fine. He's fine. I can deal with this dog. But we were celebrating Crindy and Asher's March birthdays.
Sure.
So Mom cooked a big lasagna and salad, and Asher's request for the
Wore my
dessert.
bandage dress.
What's his name?
Popped out of that.
Brandon wore his maternity pants to the family party. And after
I kind of did.
No, the outfit this is what I told you, and you're going to hate that I'm sharing this. Brandon had on a black hat with block print. He had on a dark t-shirt over which he was wearing a dark cardigan. He's wearing it again today, minus the hat. And out of the corner of my eye, every time I saw him, the first thing I thought was Elon Musk. You were dressed like Elon Musk yesterday.
I wasn't.
In your dark hat.
When have you seen him in a cardigan?
And your dark, what I'm saying is, out of the corner of my eye, it looked like a dark suit jacket.
I think if
it
that's
is,
what your
in
brain
fact,
sees,
a cardigan.
If that's what your brain sees, then you have deeper issues.
Gosh, I wish my brother were Elon Musk. That's what I think.
I mean, do I want
Sponsor us, Elon Musk.
like a portion of his money?
Yeah.
That sounds great.
And listen, I'm not making a commentary. All I'm saying is you were dressed like Elon Musk yesterday, and I got a kick out of it.
I wasn't.
But also, you were having a tough day yesterday.
Shut up. And so I'm sitting there worrying that my dog's dead.
Yeah.
Had to be driven here in a car that was jump started because
my
mine
husband's
won't
hands.
start. And here she goes, "You look like Elon Musk."
I said it.
And I
did say that.
hated it.
I know. That's why I'm sharing it with the internet.
Cool.
So at one point during the meal, you mentioned that you might like to start wearing bucket hats.
Not might. Was gonna. Am gonna.
So the next thing I know, before I know it, Mom disappears and comes out with a stack of bucket hats
As you do.
of all shapes and colors.
Yeah.
And what preceded or what followed was a fashion show. You ended up bringing one home.
Pink one.
Probably the most feminine, I would say. Again, the color is in your palette because you're a soft autumn.
The tow truck guy was not having it. He was not into my look. And that's fine.
That's
You do your thing, big guy, and I'll do mine. I had to, if you lay down under my car
Yeah.
and I have to hand you the vape that just fell out of your pocket, you cannot judge me for my pink bucket hat. We're in a judgment-free zone, fella.
What flavor was the vape?
I took a quick pull of it. It was blackberry jam. I don't know what flavor it was.
It was
what flavor's-
oatmeal cookie.
Hey, what flavor's that? The last thing the tow truck guy wants is to be asked what flavor his vape is by the pink bucket hat guy who's holding the flashlight. That's not what he wants in his life. You boys will never. He gets on the CB on the drive back. 10-4 downtown, Roger. You'll never believe what I just seen. Some feller in a pink bucket hat asked me if I had cotton candy vapes.
Brandon.
What is that? Who asked that? Didn't even know how to put it in neutral. Wanted to pull on my vape. I'm never going North Edmond ever again. Pink Bucket Hat City. What I call it.
He doesn't care. As long as you sign the check, he doesn't care.
That's it.
Oh, I'm crying. Yeah, so one of the hats, which I've seen Mom wear it before, but I've never considered. It is a plush cheetah print.
That's an interesting hat.
It's a la Tommy Lee,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, sure.
Lindsay wore that one for a lot of the day, and then Asher had it on.
Yeah.
But I was surprised at the
I put it on
choice you
before
made.
anyone.
I know.
That was the hat that kicked off the bucket hat conversation.
I know. Well, I was surprised that you chose the one that you chose.
Why?
We ended up bringing the cheetah print one home. Don't know why. So if you need it, it's at my house.
I don't need it. It's too thick.
It is a
Paulo
hot.
has lifted his skirt. I need a pink, breathable bucket hat.
Okay. Okay. Have you cooked or eaten anything good lately? Or have you just not had the wherewithal in the midst of
Ate sushi.
Tres leches?
Ate sushi the other day.
Okay.
That's not ate barbecue from a barbecue place the other day. It's been takeout stuff because I've just been dealing with things.
Yes. You have to be in the right headspace to create masterpieces in the kitchen.
I think I'm going to make steak today because I have some steak in the fridge. That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
That's my answer.
Okay.
So I haven't.
Preemptively eaten it.
Gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really have anything to add other than my handkerchief pasta.
This segment sucks.
I know. Okay, because in lieu of how's your algorithm, because we're not really on, I'm giving it up for Lent. Guys, I'm better off. I got to tell you, I don't miss it at all. At all.
My algorithm is the neighborhood app.
That's okay. I'm saying in lieu of, we're gonna do some next door posts.
Okay.
Because I can't tell you how much joy it brings me when you screenshot some stuff and send it my way.
I really should just unsubscribe from the emails, but I can't bring myself to do it.
Can't do it.
I just love the things people decide to share with the neighbors. It's phenomenal. Leo! I mean, from death's door.
All he needed was me to be here.
All he needed was to poop out a frog's head and for you to show up, and then here we are.
Okay. I'm pulling up one of these posts, okay? Because I don't think I've shared this one with you. And I questioned whether to share it, but then I consulted my family and they said, well, you've gotta. I'll tell you what I hate is the search feature. I hate the photo, what they did to the photos.
I don't know the app well enough to know. I just get the emails.
All right, here we go. Nope, don't have it pulled up yet.
This is terrible.
It's a terrible segment.
Yeah, it's just here we go.
It's a terrible
The
segment.
algorithm segment somehow, if at all possible, got worse.
I'm so sorry. Okay. I'm not going to say who posted this because there's it's Tinder information. Okay.
So let's post it on the Nextdoor app.
Exactly. This person says, warning, there's someone breaking into houses near, and then gives a location.
Sure.
They even took my mother's ashes.
Yeah.
I wish I was kidding. They better not come back because I have surveillance at every entry point now. Be careful out there, my fellow citizens. So what I love is what comes next, right? Because this is tragic. Who would do this?
Ash Bandit.
Who would do this?
It's
Horrific.
It's a person who graduated from tiaras and sashes.
Right.
Next step ashes.
That's where we're headed.
It rhymes.
So people are like, terrible. I'm so sorry. This is terrible. Scumbags. I'm sorry to hear that. That's wrong on so many levels. This is what got me good. This person writes in and says, I hope she haunts them. And then the original author says, I said those exact words. Knowing my mom, if there's any way possible, she absolutely will. And it took a real turn there. Took a real turn. But that was the latest one I saw that gave me pause and a little chuckle.
Can I just put this on the internet?
Okay.
If I die, big if.
Okay.
If I die ever,
Right. Elon, yes.
burn me up,
Okay.
make me ashes, put me in a mason jar,
Okay.
and just set me out for someone to take. One last ride. One last ride with a street tough. Someone, because who knows where they're taking him, down the spillway? Just
Down the spillway.
Just who knows? To a movie, dinner and a movie. Someone to prom. Pop a sash and a tiara on my ashes and take me to the prom. Quick selfie on the dance floor while we do the electrics or while we do the Cupid shuffle. I'm just saying, let them take me.
Right.
Because
And let it be a mystery.
it's gotta be more fun than your mantle.
All right.
Right?
Right.
Take me to an Indian restaurant. Right? For one last curry. Take my ashes to Whitewater Bay. Send me off the Acapulco cliff drive. Your body lifts off. It's great.
Dump me in the wave pool.
I'm just saying, and then post on the Nextdoor app. Whoever took my brother, husband, father, whoever took Daddy's ashes. Thank you, because that was his wish. Was to go with you.
Do you want me to put a Post-it on the mason jar?
Take it. Wherever you're
Free to a good home.
Here's a quick Polaroid of what he looked like so you know who you're with. Just buckle him in.
Do you want it to be a photo of like younger you?
Just me, the kind of me you'd want to take on the town. Whichever version of me seems like the one you'd want to take to laser tag.
To prom.
Which one of these guys would you bowl with? Because that's where you're taking his ashes, is down to Bolero off Boulevard. Take him to Main Event. Can we go one last Dave and Buster's? We've got some tickets. Would you buy a nice receptacle for him?
As long as you order the artichoke spinach dip.
Yeah, take Daddy for a balloon ride. Give him some spinach and artichoke and send him off.
Well, I'm taking notes in case you go first. Taking notes over here.
If.
Okay, guys, I want to give a very quick Saved by the Bell update.
Oh.
And we don't have enough time to really get into it today, but I do want to let you know that all Saved by the Bell in its entirety is available on Amazon Prime. That was such a happy discovery this week. Yeah. My family is obsessed with it. My children are genuinely obsessed.
They think
they are flummoxed. That's the second time I've used that word in this episode. Flummoxed by the fashion, the vernacular,
sure,
the cheesiness, but they love it.
Yeah, but like they're gonna sit here and get upset or say that the fashion is weird or the vernacular is weird. There's not a skibbity toilet to be heard from in this thing.
Right.
The things you guys say are stupid.
Agree.
The things Slater says, cool.
Yeah.
Evergreen.
Asher did say that Slater was Sigma. And I thought,
I hate that.
Venn diagrams crossing. But we watched the one last night where Zach and Kelly went to the prom for the first time. And I will tell you, as preteen Ashley in the early 90s, to me, that was the most romantic thing I'd ever seen.
The Romeo and Juliet prom?
No. Sorry. The first one where Kelly's dad loses his job. Looking back on that as an adult, Kelly can't go to the prom because her dad lost his job at the defense plant because there's world peace now.
Yeah.
That's the reason.
But I gotta dance.
And I thought, at what point in history has there been world peace? Also, why could no one just loan Kelly a dress?
I mean, Kelly could have showed up in her volleyball uniform and been prom queen.
And that's what I'm saying. In her Keds and her bodycon.
So, but instead they
And
have
her, ace
but
bandage
somehow
dress.
she can still go and we can have prom on a picnic table.
Exactly.
Come on.
Anyway, but there's world peace now. What kind of after school special utopia is this?
Can I tell you something?
Sure.
If having world peace means I don't get to see Kelly Kapowski in a prom dress, I don't want it.
Wow.
Keep on fighting.
Wow.
Because Kapowski,
Wow.
I'm just saying, I don't often get political. Okay. Guys.
But I'll get political for Kelly Kapowski. I just want to know, what world peace are we talking here? Kelly's dad at the defense plant. Okay, what are you watching, reading, or listening to real quick?
Saved by the Bell.
Yeah. Have you been to it too?
Yes.
Oh, it's so good, right?
You don't say it out loud.
It's so wholesome.
Unless you want me to watch it.
Right.
It's wholesome, but they're also terrible people.
Problematic.
They're terrible people.
They're mean to the Screech.
Yeah, he's asking for it. But I'm just saying, they're terrible people in a 90s way.
Right.
That's
and
why
that makes it okay.
You've watched Zach Morris's Trash, haven't you?
No, but you told me about it. Okay.
It's great.
Cool. Okay, White Lotus, guys, we took a real turn in the last episode, and I kind of thought, I kind of am sad that I shared that with the listeners, but I'll tell you what, I'm locked in. I have not watched the latest one. What's that? What noise are you making over there? Anyway, talk about terrible people. But I need to find out what happens to him.
We watched Anora, Best Picture winner. It's not for the kids.
Ooh.
At all. It's a really good movie. It's like if Pretty Woman was horrible.
Oh, sure.
People and horrifying and depressing.
Okay.
I'm not advertising it.
That's not for me.
But it did win Best Picture.
Yeah. But that's where we are as a society now.
Just cannonballing over the hurdles of life.
That's it. With no regard for decency. What's your warm heart, Brandon?
My dog's not dead. And that's what it is. If I'm being honest, I've been living in an ice cave with a taxidermy dog looming on the horizon.
He's staring into my soul.
As
He's totally fine, guys. Don't worry about
My
him.
warm heart is this.
Okay.
Is I watched the tow truck driver pull off over the horizon with my car that's almost paid off, locked, loaded, and off into the distance.
Yeah.
All I thought was my dog's not dead.
At least I got my
At
dog.
least my dog's not dead.
Got my dog in this bucket hat.
Got my dog. I've got a pink bucket hat and probably a new car payment.
Good things come in threes.
Thanks, Elon.
Mine is so not creative, but it's dinner with my people, with my friends the other night, dinner with family last night. It's always what I need to recenter me and to remind me of the goodness and beauty of life.
Also, Ashley's got two dogs that aren't dead.
And I've got two dogs that aren't dead.
One-ups me again.
You could get another dog. A live one. No one's stopping you.
Not the way things are going right now. I'll just go steal someone's dog's ashes and take it on a walk.
And on that note,
Yeah, that's good.
guys, if you haven't left us a rating or a review and you want to do that, I can never say that, rating or a review, and you want to do that, if it's a nice one, that helps us.
Yeah.
Don't do it if it's mean, though.
Yeah.
Okay?
All right, bye.
Talk to you later. Bye.